Hey gang, what's going on? Happy Monday. Yep, the Rangers are up 6-2. And this is one of the things that I like. I like that both series are going to 7 games or are already at 7 games. And this, I mean, to me as a baseball fan, the Yankees are my ride or die team. I love my Yankees, right? And shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. But I'm also a big baseball fan, and I appreciate or I grow a greater appreciation when they're going back and forth and teams are going to 7 game series and stuff like that. So it's a lot of good baseball. So I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am because I'm really enjoying this. So, and yeah, I'm a little bummed out the Phillies didn't win. My wife's very bummed out, but I mean, maybe they'll win tomorrow in game 7. It's more exciting for them. The World Series doesn't start until Friday anyway. So I mean, the Rangers are up now 6-2. They're piling on the Astros in Houston. So there's a good chance, with Max Scherzer pitching the way he's pitching, that the Rangers might be World Series participants for the American League. And they were crawling back little by little with Bregman home run to make it 4-2 and now, but the Rangers keep fighting back. So that's what's great about this. I mean, I really, really enjoy this. So I hope that you're doing the same. But shout out to we got Sean, we got Hayden, we got Jonathan's in the house. Mike Consigliere's in the house. Yes. Joel the King, the Prime Minister of California. Yes, sir. Oh, it's 8-2 now? Oh my crap. Oh, dear. Hoping for a Diamondbacks for Rangers. That would be fun too. I mean, any of these would be, you know, any of these would be a fun World Series. So, and I don't really care, like the Yankees helping Rangers or nothing. I mean, I get it, but like, I'm not even thinking about how the Yankees are indirectly related to this. I'm just enjoying good baseball. So, maybe they did help the Rangers when they traded for Gallo. It is what it is. So, who would have thought Gallo would have been the bust in New York, but he was. But I mean, the Rangers are even without that trade, they've added on, you know, Simeon and Corey Seager and all these other guys. Adolis Garcia, you got this young Evan Carter, like a young dynamic nucleus. They're basically, the real competitor with stars and young players to Houston, right? So, wow, 8-2 now. My goodness. But you're right too, Robert. The game's not over yet. Houston has a tendency to claw back and fight back and play clutch at home. And they're home. They're game 7 at home. So, but if they make the World Series, Texas, then they make the World Series. Congratulations to them if they do. And I mean, they got a lot of firepower in that lineup. Now you've got a healthy. Could you imagine if Jacob DeGrom was healthy too and pitching well? Like this might not have even gone 7. And then they got Scherzer. Scherzer seems to have pitching better second game over his first game. I'm not surprised. So, now did they confirm that, Joel, deferring Abreu's suspension? I know he appealed it, and today was the hearing. What's up, Hayden? Yeah, Gallo wasn't fit in New York. Deferring Abreu's suspension. Now, to me, I don't agree with it. I would have suspended him during the playoffs because he did this during the playoffs. So, DeGrom could essentially pitch in the World Series, but he's not going to. He's coming back from Tommy John. So, and like Madison Bumgarner apparently texted Bruce Bochy today and told them, "I'm ready to pitch and blah blah." But if the fact is, if you're not on the roster by September 1st, you're not eligible for the postseason anyway. So Madison Bumgarner wouldn't even be doing that anyway. No. So the suspension was upheld for 2 games, but deferred. Yes, I would have done it. I would have today would have been game 1 suspension today, and then whatever first game of the season next year would have been the other suspension. So, but looks like it looks like it might not matter anyway. You might have him, and then the Rangers might just take this anyway. So, and you know what? It's better that way. You have him. You didn't suspend him, and the Rangers still won. That'd be kind of a nice ending to this ALCS. Could be kind of cool. But essentially, DeGrom could pitch in the World Series, but he's not going to. He's not going to. He hasn't pitched a game. I don't know when since. Don't even know if he's throwing yet or anything. So, But the plan is for him to be ready, I think, by mid-season next year. So just like Jason Dominguez, both coming back off Tommy John. Yeah, but shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done that yet. If there's anybody in here that hasn't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Priority number one right now, Jonathan, is Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Yankees. I want them to do that first before they even consider anything else. Really. Bochy's 5-0. Yeah, Bochy's, he's a Hall of Famer. That's for damn sure. So is Dusty. And Dusty also won the World Series last year with the Astros. So, but this Texas Rangers team is a powerhouse. It's definitely a powerhouse. I don't think the Astros are ready for this one. So, and Seattle's trying to become one of these powerhouses too. And they're not far behind, especially if they get like a Shohei Ohtani and they maybe get another bat too. Like, they won't be far behind. It really won't be. But yeah, the Battle of Legends manager. Yeah. But Jonathan, I mean, Yamamoto to me is the first move, and Hung-Ju Lee, if they decide they don't want to invest what it would take to invest in Soto, I mean, those two moves are without a doubt, necessary. And like if Soto doesn't happen, then I would be going for Lee and Bellinger. Both of them combined will cost less than Soto anyway. So, but we'll see what happens. And again, Bellinger could be the outfielder, and then he can pivot over to first base after the season when Jason Dominguez will be back in outfield. Then we can ease him in, and Bellinger could replace Anthony Rizzo next season, 2025, at first base. And then you still have these guys. You have Dominguez and Bellinger in the lineup. So it's a great way to lengthen the lineup. It really is. Yes, Seattle will definitely be dangerous. I mean, this AL West is turning into a pretty formidable division. And for those of you who haven't heard, the Bob Melvin, who's the manager for the Padres, just got permission to interview with the San Francisco Giants. He's apparently the favorite there, so there might be a change in managers in San Diego and San Francisco. Whoever's going to be going to San Francisco is going to be replacing Gabe Kapler, he's not coming back, and then San Diego, if it's Melvin, they would have to interview somebody else, and maybe then we'll have some more clarity on Juan Soto as to, does he like the manager enough to want to stay, or blah, blah, blah. So, like, does he want to stay and try out whoever the new manager is? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, I mean, chances Torres traded for real. I think it's better than 50%, Sean. I think it's better than 50%. What's up, D-Rod? What's good? Yeah, I mean, Bellinger's not my first choice, Sean. But, I worry about his ability to play to the value, or even a good close to the value of his contract. And it's going to be a big contract. Although I like his defense and I like his lefty bat, but again, like, these are different. Like a Soto, I would be batting second. Bellinger, I would be probably batting fourth or fifth, and stuff. So, different positions in the lineup, and they serve their different purposes. But they're both great players. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But the fact is, Yankees, I mean, neither one of them is enough for the Yankees anyway. The Yankees need to make more moves after that. So, I don't know if you guys heard too, but Reggie Jackson came out and took the Yankees to task today. I put out a short on earlier, basically called him out for not giving him a voice in the decision-making process and stuff when he was an advisor and he was, an executive here, and which is what he's saying is why they, one of the main reasons he left. So, to become Jim Crane's special assistant or advisor in Houston. So I like the fact that he's outspoken, but the fact is that he's put his foot in his mouth several times too. So he's been called out in his own people and stuff like that. But I do like that he called out Kurt Schilling for being basically like a white supremacist, right wing nut job. And he basically said, "You being an a-hole is why you're not in the Hall of Fame," which I kind kind of agree with. I mean, there are other people who might not, who are just as like a-hole-ish as Schilling, like Ty Cobb, but I mean, you Ty Cobb's stats are like, there isn't a series where you can keep him out of the Hall of Fame unless he murdered 50 people, like, you know, unless he became the Ted Bundy of baseball. But um, Schilling's different. He had good street cred, but he was an a-hole, and and some maybe now the writers are different now. Maybe character matters a little bit more. So, and I get it. I get it. I don't think they're not going to make a single move, Minecraft. I think anybody that takes them seriously and follows them seriously, I think can see that they're not going to do that. And I don't find any channel that suggests regularly that they're going to do. I don't find them serious either. So they know they have to make moves. It's the only way they're going to keep in close contact with the rest of the teams in the AL East. You know. Yeah, Volpe. I mean, Volpe's got some developing to do. D-Rod. Yep, he got to the ball. He's not as smooth as Peraza, and again, that's why. Like, what are they going to do, Peraza? Will he be the third baseman, or if they happen to move Torres, will he be the second baseman? Um, Either way, I think he's going to make Volpe better. So he'll help him improve at shortstop. So be interesting to see what they do at Peraza. Really, really interesting to see what they do. So yeah, I mean, I don't know at this point now that Volpe's going to be moving out of shortstop. I really don't. No. But I agree too. They will do what's best for the team. So never showed signs of wanting. Yeah, man. One of the reasons why is because he kept getting to the ball at shortstop. You know, he found a way to get to the ball, which is great. I wouldn't say if he's Miguel Andujar 2.0. Miguel Andujar couldn't stay healthy, unfortunately. He's a much Miguel Andujar is a suspect defender. Peraza is elite with his glove, like super elite with the glove. So they have to find a way to use him. And since he doesn't have any options left, they have to use him or they have to trade him. So it's going to be one or the other. And then you trade him for a package of pitching or do something. Get a good controllable reliever. You do something. They've got depth in the infield. So moving him, while I wouldn't like it, we'd be able to absorb it. We would. But yeah, I mean, Volpe will build arm strength. He's going to build plate discipline. I think he'll cut down on the strikeouts. So, and he's a rookie. He's a rookie. He still needs to develop. Yeah, exactly. The more Peraza gets better with his bat, and he's shown the ability to hit. Once he gets consistent play like Volpe had, and he'll probably put up similar production offensively to Volpe. So, and I would take that 15, 20 home runs, 25, 20, 20, 30 stolen bases, like doubles, 20 doubles. I'll take that. I would take that. And good defense, take that all day. No, that'd be a great man. Peraza and Volpe in the middle infield, yeah. Our opinion, man, it depends on who you're talking about, CWA. Like, I can't say that our opinions don't matter to the Yankees, like brass. Like, we just don't know. So, and I'm not going to put words in their mouth and put words in other people's mouths and blah, blah, blah. Maybe they are listening and they're like, damn, these fans might revolt. Like, maybe they're taking it seriously. We just don't know. Again, I'm not going to, like, buy propaganda from other channels who do it every single day, feed the same trash every day. I'm not doing it. It's not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's a waste of time. What's up, Aaron? Boone and Cash are safe. Yeah, we know that, CWE. Yep. Constantly, yes, they are. And Boone wasn't the problem anyway. Yeah, he wasn't, given a full hand to play with. So odds that they trade Glaber Robert, I think, are greater than 50% because they know it can get value for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. My initial prediction, Aaron, was Texas in 7, and change my prediction to Houston, but I don't really care if I'm right or wrong. I'm just enjoying the good baseball. They win, it keeps the Astros out of the World Series, so I'll take that. I will take that, Aaron. No, but Yankees for the King of Texas and say, that's right, Minecraft. That's right. Yeah, I mean, Monty was able to unleash his full repertoire now with the Rangers, and we'll see where he goes next. We'll see where he goes. Would I be surprised if he stays in Texas? Probably not. And they're going to be getting Jacob DeGrom back next year too. Hmm. But I do think he's going to make 9 figures, at least 100 million like CWE. Yeah. So players are not executing. Yeah, well, a lot of players, the players, need to be held accountable for that, and they weren't all the time. And number one, I don't know if Boone was allowed to hold him accountable or how much, to what extent he was. And you know, I'm not going to blame Boone for $1 million players not doing their jobs, not hitting the ball, being hitters. Like that's not Boone's fault. He's not on the field with them. And even David Wells said that it's not Boone's fault. So like, it's ridiculous to blame him for the player's job. It's ridiculous. And anyway, I think we can pretty much exercise common sense, and he's not going to publicly berate them either. No manager really does that. So that expectation is kind of way in the outfield. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah. Montgomery back. Yeah, I mean, my guess Wink, they're probably going to go for him. But I mean, Montgomery, I would not pick Montgomery over Yamamoto. I would love both. And if they did that, then that suggests to me, which I can't confirm, that they'll probably use some of their pitching prospects to probably try to trade for Juan Soto. So, yeah, the Yankees will have to overpay. There's no doubt about that. Can't confirm that either, CWA. And again, he's going to win the Cy Young this year with the Yankees. So I think Cole will get 20 here too. So let's see. The Redbirds. Yeah, Mike Piazza from Die. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, Yamamoto's my first choice, man. No doubt. Yeah, Monty has put on a little bit of weight, but it's not really affecting his pitching, quality pitching. So I'm worried they'd ask for the Martian for her Wink. For Soto, I would not hesitate. I would give the Martian like that for Juan Soto. He is not Juan Soto. Okay? Sorry that upsets people, but he's not Juan Soto. It's a great prospect. I hope he turns out to be a star player, but Juan Soto is, the there is no player in baseball who I would trade him for. Like if we had Soto, there's nobody in baseball I would trade him for. Nobody. Now, if you can get Soto without giving up Martian, then sure, that'd be great. But I don't know. We'll see. Minecraft, I don't know. He'd probably come back to a minor league deal. I think if he comes back, Minecraft, but who knows if he will. Who knows if he will. Yeah, I wouldn't even go down that road, CB. I don't think he's gonna try to lowball Monty to come back. I don't think he's smart enough to not do that. No. Yeah, CC needed that weight too. Jonathan, yeah. He pitched well. Heavy. So yeah, let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I mean, The Ranger. I mean, if it's the Rangers Phillies, be a good World Series. If it's the Rangers Diamondbacks, it'll be a fun World Series. But I think Rangers Phillies lines up to be a slugfest. You got your star players, your good pitching, you got your freaking your young players, you got everything. You got everything. Um, if the Yankees get Yamamoto and Lee, I'll take that. That's a great. That'd be a great start. It really would be. It really, really would be. Um, yeah. Yes, indeed. Redbirds have gotten rid of a lot of talent, no doubt about it. Yeah, we got 20 likes. Let's try to get to 50 if we can. I'll say. And a lot of folks are watching these games right now, and I can't blame them. You know, like listening on the back end to the. But I'm not complaining that the Rangers are beating the Astros. That's for sure. So he's got to focus on the lineup and pitching. CW. I think they got to focus on both, and which is not going to be easy. No. Kyle Tucker, yeah, that's a good looking player too. You see him rob that home run yesterday. I don't remember who he robbed, but he robbed pretty high up over the wall. I don't remember who the hell it was, but he robbed a home run. That's a good looking young player. And they got him for 7 more years. Him, Jordan Alvarez, what's his name? Jeremy Pena. They got a young nucleus there. You know what I mean? No. Exactly, Constantine. I'm not even in the room with the TV. I'm in the sunroom. No. I basically have it on the back in the background listening. But as we speak right now, it's 8-2, bottom of the fourth, two guys on. So two outs. The Astros have two guys on base. Doesn't look like Altuve. I hope I'm not behind, but Altuve's up according to this app. And on deck is Alex Bregman, who's hit a home run already. No. Yeah, Ketel Marte has been pretty damn good this postseason. He's been pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he's a stud player, but he's having a little bit of a rough postseason. This is true. I mean, A-Rod's best postseason was 2009. With the Yankees, he basically carried them to the World Series. So Bellinger's probably going to cost twice as much as Lee. So if they don't want to spend, my guess they'll go for Lee. And Lee's fundamentally sound player. Maybe an adjustment period, but I think he'd stay healthy. I worry about Bellinger staying healthy. So, yeah. Threshold. Yeah, I mean the thresholds go up a little bit each year until the next CBA. T-Rod. Yeah. Thoughts on A-Rod? Honestly, look, his legacy is his legacy. He did great here, but he also sued the Yankees when after he got suspended. Like he did some things, and personally, retiring somebody's number is an esteemed honor. Like, do I think he has if I had to choose between putting him in the Hall of Fame or retiring his number, I'd probably put him in the Hall of Fame instead of retiring his number. That's more of a personal thing with the team. I think retiring his number. So, just like Roger Clemens, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Just like I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. But so I would bypass his retirement. I think he's like making a stink out of this and whatnot. And the fact is, like, put up stats, but you got yourself in a lot of trouble with the Yankees. There was too much drama attached to him. So I wouldn't be upset if they didn't retire his number. I mean, a plaque I could see. They give him a plaque in Monument Park. I'm fine with that. But I don't know about retiring the number. So plaque I'm okay with. And the Yankees have quite a bit of retired numbers. I mean, even Reggie, the Yankees retired Reggie Jackson's number. I was a little questionable on that one though, too. So yeah, I know Bellinger's dad, Clay, played for the Yankees. He had 2 rings with the Yankees. I don't know what it would do to Cody, honestly. I mean, well, I mean, is he going to hustle after he gets his bag? Because he's going to get his bag. So, is he going to continue to play hard? I don't know. I hope so. The next retired. I mean, CC, I would consider. Judge and Cole, I would definitely have in line to be retired. Uh, yeah, I mean, honestly, like I would go for a Hung Julian. I would go for like a Jamer Candelario and add some, contact bats to lengthen the lineup. So with some speed and athleticism, like if we know we're not going to go for Soto, if we know we're not going to go for Bellinger, then I'd be adding multiple contact bats. So, and to give protection to Judge, Stanton, and Anthony Volpe. Volpe needs protection too. So, you know, put a plaque for Rod and here you go, D-Rod. With that Reggie, we don't want to say. I don't know, Robert. He was definitely a beast when he hit that 300 game, but again, that's not enough to get your number retired. But yeah, he had his impact. He also got, he caused a lot of problems too. So, CC, yeah, I mean, he went from a power pitcher to a finesse pitcher. So, and he also backed up his teammates. He was a consummate pro in his teammates. So those are things I appreciate about him. Those are things I love about Cole too. Those guys will back their teammates up no matter what, go to war for you. And that's me as a leader. That's respect right there. So, um, I wouldn't say Korean League is. I think Korean League is a little bit above AAA. But yeah, but will there be an adjustment period? Yeah, but he's just like Japan and Korea. They're fundamentally sound players, and contact hitters have easier adjustment periods than power hitters. They slump less often and for shorter periods of time, statistically speaking. CWB. So I worry less about that. Um, like I would worry more about this kid Murakami, that the power hitter coming from Japan, who's going to be here in like 2 years, I think, who's like 22 or 23 right now, first base. I would worry more about him adapting than I would a guy like Lee. So that's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, they hate A-Rod because he had a huge salary. He's also an egomaniac. He was a dick to a lot of his teammates and a lot of the Yankee staff. Like, you know, I wouldn't worry about retiring Stanton's number, CWA. I guess he's going to stay here, and if he does, I hope he gets his 500th home run here. So, because the Yankees are not going to eat the $98 million of his contract. There's no way they're just going to eat that. But yeah, I mean, A Rod was kind of like he had that Reggie Jackson syndrome thing too, Joe. He put his foot in his mouth more than he needed to. And while I appreciate Reggie calling out certain things, um, he also put his foot in his mouth quite a bit too. And again, like I said this too, when it comes to that type of stuff, calling stuff out, if your argument is based in reality and you can defend it with facts, then speak up. Like I said, all opinions are welcome here. Doesn't matter. I don't need people to agree with me. But again, if people are going to base out the argument in just an opinion and not be able to back it up, you're probably going to get exposed. And if somebody's going to use propaganda from another channel and not be able to back it up, I'm going to call that out. So, but I still welcome all the different opinions, man. Freedom of speech is important, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get called out if you're lying or if you can't back up your argument. Because yeah, you'll have other people who will probably call it out. I'm not singling anybody out. This is just in general. So that's why I like when people disagree with me and blog me, go back a little bit back and forth. That's why I cite articles so you can see what I'm saying. Like, go read the article. It's attached in the description or whatever, giving you the stuff so you can. I want you to have the full story. I want you to have all the information so you can make a well-informed opinion. I don't want you to just say, "Well, Jason said it, so it must be true." No, no. That's why I want you to have the information so you can see that it's true. You know. Yeah, I think Judge and Cole are probably the next two locks. CWA. I don't think they'll retire Stanton's number. I'm not even worried about that. Like, and Reggie did work with the Astros. Yep. I mean, he got two numbers retired. He got number 9 retired with the A's, and they got 44 retired with the Yankees. So, but if what he was saying that the Yankees not giving him a voice or other people a voice has any merit or basis in truth, he's got to be able to back it up, not just say it. Um, then okay, take that a little bit more seriously. But just saying it, it's not enough. Got to be able to prove it, man. No, aren't you working with the Ash like yeah, kinda. 5-time champion. What 3 with the A's? I think 2 with the Yankees, right? The Nerds weren't too. Yeah, I think the Nerds aren't too thrilled. And which this is where I think the Nerds, they need to maybe sometimes just shut up and listen. Guys that were former players have intel, experience, and insight that they might be able to share. That you so should just shut up and put your computer down or your iPad down and listen on occasion. You might learn something. You're not always right, you know. So I say the same thing with egomaniacs. Like it's just you know you get egomaniacs coming on here calling Cashman an egomaniac and blah blah blah. And, like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? I can't prove any of this stuff. So, but yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that, Reggie. D-Rod, this is a good point. I'm gonna put this comment needs to be up here. The Nerds probably weren't too thrilled with his input. When you have a former player like that who's outspoken, who has a lot of knowledge, and he's in the freaking Hall of Fame, you know, he they'll talk from a personal experience, a player experience that'll probably counter a lot of the stuff that these people are doing now in analytics. I think there needs to be balance between the two, not just analytics itself. So it's got to be, in my opinion, it's got to be balance. People might disagree with that, but whatever. Harper, yeah, I mean, it's what it is. It's in the past. So you missed out on Harper. Oh well. Yeah. Yep, indeed. I mean, I hope he wins with the Phillies. I really do. Yeah, he would have looked good in pinstripes. Don't get me wrong, but and I don't want to trade for him when he's 35. So you know what I mean? No. You were at the game, Mark. 90 hit 300. Nice. Mark, nice. Against the Dodgers, right? It was against Charlie Huff, maybe? Yeah. That's good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Strong personality. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. I mean, sometimes a strong personality, you can put your foot in your mouth. Sometimes strong personalities don't listen. They just talk and keep running their mouths and keep running their mouths and keep running their mouths. And they always have to be right. And, that's where you're right about that, D-Rod. So didn't help because you got egos on the analytics side too to go with the egos on the player side. You got them both. But at some point, you know, be quiet and listen. You might learn something. Like sometimes people just running their mouths can make it worse. But it is what it is. You know. Fixed picks usage, which with Monty, you think maybe that's been an issue with Sevy. Yeah, Sevy's still there. I don't know. I don't know. Sevy, I think, needs a change of scenery. Monty, I think, is more like if he came back and they'd have to let him use his full arsenal. They'd have to. Can't, try to change him into a mainly off speed guy again. Let him use his fastball. Really, he throws hard. So he's a big lefty. Let him do it. Why not? The straw that stirred the drink. Yeah, he said that as much. He said that so many times, right? I know, Ian. Nice, Mark. I mean, you met Reggie, not something you would do. Was he not nice to you, Jonathan? If he was not nice to you, I'm sorry to hear it, man. I hate hearing stories like you meet a player, like one of your favorite players, and they're not nice to you. Like I've done it a couple times with celebrities that weren't nice, and that's just disappoints you. Which is why I left the expectation. I don't have any expectation when I meet if I meet celebrities, like whoever they are. I hope that they're nice, but I don't expect them to be. So said hi to all nice. I met oh, I didn't meet him, but I walked by him and walked by Cashman in one of the levels at Yankee Stadium a while back. That was pretty cool. I met a couple of Yankees. Ready hit a home run his last at bat in Game 5. He 4 in a row. Charlie Huff, yeah, Mr. Knuckleball. That's right. You can see why they call him. Joel, he is a beast. Jordan Alvarez. He is an absolute beast. So wasn't it 8-2? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, they will have lost every game in their home park, Peter. This is true. This is true. In Texas as well. Hmm. Wow. Sorry to hear it, Jonathan. Didn't even get to finish your question when we turned away. See, that's not cool. I mean, it's really not cool. I hate when they do that, man. At the very least, I give I wish they would give somebody a minute or 30 seconds to say hi. I'm a big fan and blah blah blah. And say, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Pat them on the shoulder, whatever. Shake their hand. Take a picture with them. You know, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and like it sounds like that is the impression that Reggie made on you, Jonathan. That's not a good first impression, man. Sorry to hear it. It's disappointing to hear it as a fan. It really is. You know, a nice conversation with George Steinbrenner. One time we talked about Yankee baseball and Seinfeld. Oh, damn, that's cool. George Steinbrenner looked like a guy that you could probably sit and have a chat with, and you know, have a beer or a cup of coffee with or something like that or whatever, and he'll just give you a couple minutes. Like, hey, kid, and just chat with you. It'd be kind of cool. Oh, I've not started up the fan appreciation day since the end of the pandemic. I missed that day where I stood on line to meet Bucky Dent, A. Wells, and Johnny Heyman. And maybe they'll bring that back, Mark. Maybe they will bring it back. What's up, Stephen B? Be kind of cool if they did that again. Bucky Dent, David. I went to the Bucky Dent baseball school. I spent the week with Bucky Dent, which is like a scouting school um, in the early 2000s. Him, I mean, he was there. Mark Pryor was there, like Mike Piazza. There's a lot of good players there at the scouting camp. Those guys were training there, and then there were a couple guys that were drafted. Like it was pretty cool to see. It was really cool. You know, um, Bucky Dent was a nice guy too. A really nice guy. But shout out Stephen B. Monty's pitching well. I mean, Scherzer wasn't bad either. So like, um, you know, that's how they're gonna keep freaking. That's how they're gonna keep Houston down. And the fact is, the first game's not until Friday, so all their arms will be fresh. And and some teams are flat after missing a week. Some teams are not flat. Like Texas wasn't flat. Atlanta was. Like it looks like that long break affects different teams differently. So yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Yeah, I mean, good. Let them get the win. As long as Texas wins. As long as Texas wins. I'm cool. Reggie, hey, I'm not surprised either, D-Rod, to be honest with you. It's disappointing here. Yeah, Bucky's a nice guy, Mark. He was a nice guy. Gave me some good feedback. And he was just, yeah. Like one year I want to go to Yankees fantasy camp. That's one thing I'd like to do. Pretty cool. Mm. Every team is won by yeah, road team. Yep. Has that ever happened? I don't think so. And I don't remember the last time the ALCS and the NLCS both went to game 7, where both teams won away games, not home games. Now, if Philly wins tomorrow, then that changes that in the NLCS, but it's true. The away teams are winning the games. Wow, you guys met Bernie. That's pretty cool, Wank. I met Tino at a Broadway show. He was like pretty intense and serious. I met Don Mattingly, he was super cool. I met Roger Clemens, um, and he was peeing next to me in a urinal. Said I looked, I was a giant guy. He is gigantic. Um, and he was a nice guy too, Roger Clemens, really cool. So who else? I mean, Sandy Koufax at a Broadway show. Met Sandy Koufax was nice. Hmm, who else? A couple other guys. Chuck Knobloch, um, Joe Girardi, Paul O'Neill. They were pretty cool. Um, yeah, looks like that hit by pitch woke up Adolis Garcia there. It was crazy, man. Mariano Rivera, he was pretty cool too. I heard Derek Jeter is nicer to kids than he is adults. I don't know who has home field advantage in the World Series right now. Like if the Phillies make it and they play the Rangers, they both had 90 and 72 records, and I'm not exactly sure if they played each other this season. But whoever had the better record against each other would have the home field advantage. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, Houston, if they win, they'd have home field advantage um, over Philly or Arizona. Uh, so it looks like home field advantage. If Houston wins, they'll go to Houston. The rest, I'm not sure. David Willis, nice. Matt Chapman to the Giants. You got him going to the Giants? Minecraft? Okay. Okay. Pre or post Beyonce. Um, Clemens? Shoot, I don't remember actually. I don't know. He was a nice guy. He was pretty cool. You know, David Wall's a big boy too. Um, that's cool, Wink. Whenever you get a player like that on social media that responds to you and like it'll definitely make your day as a fan. That's cool. Posada, I've never met. Um, or Mariano was cool. I heard Matsui was cool. Um, Trying to think. Met I don't know, a couple other players. Oh, we met Rick Cerrone when I was a young kid. He was a catcher. Met Jim Abbott. I was at his no hitter game. He was a nice guy. Matt Noakes, he was the catcher that game. Met him. Um, David Cohn. I was at his perfect game. He was a cool dude too. Andy Pettit I heard was nice. Jimmy Key's nice. Yeah, that's cool. I heard Tori's nice too. Yeah, it's nice to hear that these folks are pretty cool. Like, this I like it's crazy. Um Abreu hit another Ranger. Fantastic. Freaking Abreu, D. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. My gosh. Love to meet Jorge Posada. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Abreu. Well, excuse me. They won't be here much longer, the Astros, and then they'll be hopefully go play some golf. The Texas Rangers for the World Series. It's still 8-2. It was the top of the sixth now. 8-2 top six. Abreu. Who did he hit? He hit Mitch Garver. Okay. Mitch Garver. I don't think he gets tossed. Went to a game and he'll get well soon. Horsham. What's the pay? He liked him. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Rangers up, yeah. I was on a panel about a week ago. We talked to Will Warren, the Yankees' top pitching prospect. He was a cool dude. He was pretty cool. I also got to talk to Andres Chaparro on a panel on talking to him. He's pretty cool too. Um, We got some other guys we're working on talking to too. So we'll have more players. We'll have more players to be talking to. Bobby Mercer. I heard he was a nice guy. If the Astros play the Phillies, the Astros have home field because the Astros won the division and the Phillies were the wild card. If the Rangers play the Phillies, then I don't know if the Rangers have home field. I'm not sure about that one, Phillies Rangers, but I know if they play the Astros won their division, so the Astros have a better record. They get home field. Um, from Bill Rizzuto, nice, Robert. Rangers. I don't think that it would be wise for the Rangers to start hitting Astros. Just get the game over with, win the game, and celebrate and go to the World Series. Don't be dicks about it. Like at this point, there's no need to retaliate. It really isn't. You're a couple innings away from going to the World Series. Enjoy that. Really enjoy that. Yeah. Joe Torre gave you a box of Big Low. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Got a kiss from Phil Rizzuto. That's pretty cool, man. Getting Granny a kiss from Phil Rizzuto. I love this holy cow. He was a cool dude. I remember when him and was it Bill White were calling games on Channel 11. Yankees. I remember that. I do. The Yankees they used to have a theme song, music theme song too. Hmm. Yeah, I love Phil Rizzuto. He was fantastic. He was a class act. He really, really was. Texas home run, 10-2. Yep, 10-2. Channel 11 back in the day, Einhorn. Yep, yeah, back in the day before cable and all that stuff. They were on Channel 11, and the Mets were on Channel 9. Frank Messier. Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, right? Yeah, Bill White. Yeah, classics. Well, then we'll go back to alternating between NLE and home field advantage. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know if it was with the new CBA, like whoever won the All Star had home field advantage in the World Series. So American League or National League. So I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. Rizzuto hated lighting. Oh God, got some kind of meatloaf song. Oh yeah, the Astros are almost over. Yep, indeed. Yes, indeed. What are we going to 7th now? Let's see. Yes, indeed. Fantastic to see. Yep, 10-2. Who hit that home run? Nathaniel Lowe hit that home run. Yeah. Yep, 10-2. 10-2, baby. Love it. Bill White called the Bucky Dent homer. Phil Rizzuto called the Roger Maris homer. I think Bill White also called the not only the Bucky Dent homer. Did he? Who called the Chris Chambliss homer? I don't remember who called Chris Chambliss. They may have stopped linking the All Star game with the World Series. I think in the last CBA that might have changed. Um, we'll see. 2026 is the next one, so we'll see what else they come up with in the next CBA. So, um, what's up, Michael Ryan? What's good? What's happening, gang? Yeah, be sure to hit that like button, gang. If anybody hasn't hit that like button, we're gonna try to get our likes up as much as we can. Celebrating a Texas Rangers potential Rangers run over the Astros. Anybody? Cower Cosell. Oh my gosh. That Bucky Dent came with deep to left. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a great call. That was a great call. NFB's in the house. There he is. The enforcer's in the house. We're celebrating the Texas Rangers kicking the crap out of the Astros right now. So I'll take it. I love it. Holy cow, cannolis. Keith Jackson. Okay. Chandler's home run. Paradise by the dashboard lights. Has Rizzuto calling the running back. Yeah, man. The Astros are getting pounded. They're getting pounded. What's 10-2 now? Ah, baby. Yep. I'll wrap it up in a little bit, gang, just so we can go. So, hopefully watch the rest and celebrate together. But it's been a while since the ALCS and the NLCS have both gone 7 games. Like I said, I mean, I don't care that the Yankees are not in. I'm a baseball fan, and it's I get a great appreciation for series that go like this. I find sometimes sweeps boring, so I like when they go 7. They go back and forth, and it adds suspense to the baseball. So um, I was not expecting this anything now, but I like the fact that they're doing would be crazy if the Astros fall back and you know and made this a game or tied it. Like that would be nuts. But it looks like the Astros have a lot of momentum. They got Jordan Montgomery in there now. They're doing the right things, and again they'll have fresh arms come Friday. And it looks like Scherzer did what they needed to do. He was better his second time around. He was less rusty, and I think he'll be even better in the World Series. Um, I feel pretty good about the Phillies. I mean, the Ranger Suarez is pitching against what, I forgot his name, but I think the Phillies have the ability. I mean, they're going to need their bats to be on tomorrow, but I think the Phillies are going to pull it out in 7. It would be crazy if the Diamondbacks did, but I just think a Phillies Rangers World Series would be more exciting than a Diamondbacks Rangers World Series. If their star players, both of them, got their young dynamic players, they got good pitching. Like I think it's a great matchup. So, um, but I do think Philly will pull it off. I do. To the 2020, yeah, 2023 D-backs said the 20. Yeah, it's a dynamic team. Young, fast, athletic. You know, yeah, I think it's going to be a Phillies Rangers World Series, Jonathan. It looks like it. I'm still going with the Phillies. I mean, we got Game 7 tomorrow. Anything can happen, but I'm hoping that it's Phillies Rangers. I really do. Larson, perfect game. Nice, dude. Nice. Nice. So I told you I met Don Mattingly at a Broadway show. He was I knew the bartender because I was ushering there in college, and the bartender Mattingly went up to the bar during intermission and asked for like I don't know nuts and a beer or soda, whatever, whatever the hell it was, and he gave it to him and he wanted to pay, and the guy Juan, who was the bartender, wouldn't let him pay. He's like, no, you're Don Mattingly, and like your money's no good here. My favorite, and he gave him a lot of love. And Mattingly took out a wad of hundreds, and he gave him $500 bills in a tip jar. Tipped him $500. That was freaking cool. Made Juan's day. It made my day to see that too. I mean, really, it was really, really cool. Um, yeah, man. I mean, this is what playoff baseball is all about, Mark Rubin. Like when you go 7, it's suspenseful. It's and when you it's what you don't generally expect it to be. And I like the back and forth. It's just exciting baseball. You know what I mean? And yeah, and Monty's doing his job too. He's just adding to his free agent contract. Unfortunately, Nola got hit pretty good today. He fought back a bit today, but he wasn't he he didn't have the game that Monty's having right now. So you know, we'll see. Yeah, give him $500, 5 times 5 100s, 5 crisp hundreds, March. Boom, 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 boom. Put him right in there. Uh, yeah, Michael Jeter has no interest actually in managing or being a GM. The Yankees. He said that himself. I could see him being a front office or something like that, but like, I can't see him being a GM. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm just going by what he said. Um, I could see him getting 4 years, 100 million, or 5 years, a buck 20, or something like that. I could see it. He's definitely earning it. He's definitely earning it, Jonathan. No, do they use Chapman to close it out by? That would be nuts if they did. No, if they did. Chapman was with the Cubs when they won their World Series. And was it 2016? That's in the Guardians. 2016? Yeah, 2016. Well, let's see. 10-2 still. Bottom six. In Monty's, I mean, he's been a pretty consistent, like 3 point something, a 3 or 5 guy. And that's a consistent across both leagues in the AL and the NL. You know, he's like a solid number 3 across the board. I mean, he really is. No, yeah, Mark. I mean, I get it. Like, at least Bob Gibson wasn't afraid to throw at guys. Like Koufax didn't generally do that. Gibson will come right at you. He'll throw the ball at your head. He was like Nolan Ryan, man. Like those guys are like they'll hit you just like Roger Clemens. They'll be like they'll be in the mound like, yeah, come on, just charge me, just try it, dude. Try to charge me and see what happens. Like you know, oh, that's that intimidation factor he definitely had. Billy Clemenza, welcome officially to the 161, my man. Appreciate that, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the family, brother. You've always been in the family anyway. You know that. Um, yes, he did. Rajah Davis, Cashman. Yes, he did, D-Ron. Yeah, and they brought somebody else in to close it out. But he got his ring with the Cubs. Well, and he definitely got his ring. But yeah, who else it is? Cashman. Yeah. Yeah, 3.5 3.5 ERA the last year. Excuse me. He's been a solid number 3. He'd probably be like if they somehow got Yamamoto on him, he'd be a number 4 here. Number 4. But we'll see. I don't even know if he wants to come back here. All we're hearing is that the Yankees plan on pursuing him. That's all we can go on right now. I'm not, I'll wait until we hear actually some concrete news on whatever to see what's worth reporting or not. But let me take a look at it here. Let's see if we have any Yankees news right now. I like to look at this actively here. So it looks like Yamamoto is interested. This is from Sports Illustrated. He's interested in joining the Yankees. So Texas or St. Louis, I could see that with money. I actually had him predicted to go to Boston. They're going to spend, so I would watch out for them too. But we'll see. Let's see what else. Yeah, it says Yoshino Yamamoto covets a large market. So he wants to play for a large market. And the Yankees have been visiting. The Yankees have been very heavily courting him. So, and all signs are pointing towards joining forces, which would be fantastic. So, I could see Monty going to Texas before the Cards, personally, but we'll see. I think. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they, especially if they win. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to keep as much of the nucleus as they're possible, especially when you have DeGrom coming back healthy next year. It's just going to fortify that rotation. They've got Kumar Rocker coming off Tommy John too, that good young prospect, and Jack Leiter. Like they've got a lot of pitching pipeline coming too. So, if Soto gets traded to the Yankees, I'll definitely get a Big Mac and apple pie, and I'll shut that thing down. No doubt, no doubt. And if he can see Sevy going to the Dodgers or the Cardinals, I can see him going to the Marlins. I actually hadn't predicted to the Marlins, but I can see the Dodgers or the Cardinals too. And I think the Rangers will be willing to pay for Monty, especially the way he's pitching for them. Yep. The Dodgers are in on Ohtani for 8 years. You read that? Wow. Where's that article? I want to see that article, man. But I do think he'll get 8 years, probably. No, I think Jack Leiter will be okay. But developmentally, yeah, he's got off to a Billy's got off to a slow start, and you're right about that. So, right about that. Will the Yankees keep Montez in? No, I think Severino and Herman are gone. Um, well, David Wells was hungover and drunk when he pitched his perfect game too, Mark, in 1998. He admitted it openly too. He was drunk and hungover, and so it's stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. I think Sevy's done. I think Herman probably won't get. He won't get non-tendered. I don't think. I personally don't think they're going to bring back Montez, but there's some chatter saying they might, but I don't see the point personally. I would go. I would go in another direction. Um, yep. I mean, Dodgers are going to be a formidable competitor for Yamamoto. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, well, also, I mean, he's a good pitcher. I mean, he also put his foot in his mouth too often too. So, you know, Doc Castro pitched it. Oh my gosh. I am LSD. Damn, damn. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Wells, you know, he's voiced his opinion a lot recently too about holding players accountable for not performing, and he said there's not Boone's not to blame for that stuff, and he's right. Then he started pivoting into this. You need to stand for the pledge and Bud Light and woke and all this. He lost me as soon as he started peddling the right wing propaganda. So he lost me after that. What the hell's the point in bringing that up? Any of that up? It's nothing to do with anything. No. Yankees, yeah, Yankees, Dodgers, Giants. Yeah. Yeah. I could see the Mets going hard after Otani before Yamamoto. They're not going to get Yamamoto and Otani. Somebody said that the other day. I can't see that happening. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, Herman might go to the Marlins too. Like, I think he'll get non-tender. The Yankees will save $4 million. Lou Trevino will get non-tender. Yankees will save 4 million. I think the Yankees are going to save like probably 20 million extra in non-tendering players. So, um, yeah, the Cubs are discussing an extension. So are the Astros. They're working on a 5-year extension for Jose Altuve, and you know, so the Yankees have Kevin. Yeah, I mean, Tanaka's kind of over the hill. If Aldi maybe would have been kind of cool, but there's no guarantee he would have been great here. But Tanaka, I think, is already past his prime. But I appreciate the time he had with the Yankees. I really do. So yeah, you saw that show. Yeah, he criticized the Yankees front office, man. If the criticism's justified, then it knows what it is, and they should be called out on it. If it's true. But again, he's been known to put his foot in his mouth. But I also like some of the justifiable criticisms he makes too. You know, so David wasn't a deal with diabetes. Not tender Herman and traded him with Torres to the Marlins for one of the. That would be kind of nice, right, Steven? I mean, you never know. You never know. That might happen. That might happen. It's an intriguing proposal. No. Yeah, exactly. This is the first year in a while that Valdi's been kind of healthy, and he's been pretty good with the Rangers. So he still has a big arm. No, but he was hurt quite a bit of his tenure with the Yankees. Unfortunately, he had to get Tommy John, I think, if I remember correctly. So, and again, it's always difficult one to predict that he'd be better here a second time. He'd be, just it's very difficult to predict. So I try not to do it because it's in the past. Can't change any of it. So Herman to the Athletics, the team he perfect gamed. maybe he'll be cheap if he gets non-tendered. Somebody will pick him up because he still has. I mean, he still has a productive arm. So as long as he cleans himself up, and which I think he is, I think that he'll get picked up by somebody. I do. If an MLB team were to go after Trevor Bauer, Wink, would he have to be posted to come? No, I don't think so. He's not one of those. No, he's There's an age limit for that. I think it's 25. He's older than that, so he doesn't. You don't have to worry about that, Mike. He can just come back and sign with an American team. You know. Um. Yeah. Yeah. But this was great. I mean, I appreciate the the comments from you folks. I appreciate it. And let's go celebrate the rest of this and hopefully go watch the rest of this. Hopeful Texas wins. So, but peace and love to all these. I appreciate you coming on. And again, let me know if you're excited about these 7 game series. I like these. It helps me grow greater fondness and appreciation for the game itself. I like when the series are like this. It's just action packed. So, but have a great night of all yous. Herman can go to the Marlins. Yes, he could. Yes, he could. And you can either be tendered or traded there, tendered and traded, or non-tendered and just signed there as a free agent. It's gonna be interesting. I think the Padres will deal with the Yankees. Otani, I'm hard pass on. I'm not even wasting my time on Otani from the Yankees. Bellinger maybe, but Soto to me, he's my first choice over Bellinger. But if they got Bellinger, they got Bellinger. You know, it's an elite defender and whatnot, um, and but Soto's my first choice. But I think the Padres would be with him, especially if the Yankees are willing to take on an additional contract to help them achieve their ultimate goal of lowering their payroll. Then they'd be more than happy to deal with the Yankees. Yankees have the resources to do this. So if I'm them, I'm seriously considerate. And if they can do that without having to give up Spencer Jones, then it's all the more power to them. So, but I'm with you, NFL. I love 7 game series too. So I like the last well, not the last Yankee World. When the Yankees played the Diamondbacks in the World Series 2001, they won 7 games. So I love 7 game World Series. And you're going to have to give up more than Torres for Bednar. But I would be keeping an eye on Bednar too. No doubt about it. David Bednar, no doubt about it. So, yeah, I mean, Lee, I think would be a good fit here for the Yankees. I do. I really, really, really do. If they got John Lee and Soto, that would be crazy, Yassine. Absolutely crazy. And they'd be able to make it work. So, they'd be able to make it work. But we'll see. I think first choice Soto, second choice Bellinger, third is probably, in my opinion, John Lee. But we'll see what happens. But peace and love, gang. Go watch the game. Have a great night. Hopefully, I'll see y'all tomorrow.